It's Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Come
It's time. It's that time. We're swinging for the fences. We got 25 days till the NFL, so we only got 3 or 4 of these shows left before we go on to the NFL side. But boy, this is going to be a good slate today. What could go wrong? It's the A's and the Nationals with the highest total on the slate. Anyways, buenos dias, brochachos and brochachas. I hope everybody's doing well. Before we get into this thing, NFL 23% off lifetime of your subscription. Tell you about that a little bit later on. But we do have JJ, we do have Joey Work, and we do have Gary. So the 2 bets guys, JJ and Joey Work, will tell you about their bets. JJ plays some DFS too. And then Gary, of course, grinding the DFS streets as always. I'm Holden, and I must say this. You're very yellow today, JJ. Are you excited about the Vikings preseason game or something?
Absolutely not. Just figured I'd match for the show occasionally. I actually, because the slate's only 8 games today, Holden, I think it's going to be a big bounce back week for you. I mean, you won't have to do much to be better than you were last week, but I think this is going to be a big week. It really sets up for a big week for you. So I have very high expectations.
I don't remember what happened last week, to be perfectly honest with you. I was probably my own great self, and you're just trying to start some shit early in the morning here. So
I made it very clear that I felt it was your worst show of the calendar year last year. And the reason you probably don't remember is you might not have been sober. It was a rough one for us.
No, I'm always sober on this show. I'm not going to get fucked up on Sunday morning. That's just not how things work here. Hold on. Let me move over to this side. Thank you for that little breakdown there, JJ and GFY. So Joey Work. I like your Dodgers hat, man. I've never seen anything like it.
Thanks.
No, we got Gary here. Time out. Woo! Okay. So, anyways, yes, Joey.
Yeah. I think I said this last week. I do collect hats. So, unless it's a Boston Red Sox hat, I have almost every team's.
You have, yeah, because you're a Yankees fan. I'm pretty lit. Way to go, Tolga. Impressive, buddy. Just getting butt wasted early in the morning on Sunday morning. And then it's Gary. Gary, looking amazing today, Gary. You must have just tapped that ass last night. Is that what happened?
I mean, sure. Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
if that's what makes me look better this morning, then sure. We'll go with that.
Jake rocking the grizzly scruff. It's not been a long weekend. It's been a great weekend, as a matter of fact. A little bit of football, a little bit of baseball, hanging out with the kids, getting Chinese massages. It's just been a wonderful weekend, guys, and I can't say enough of it. Gary, did you show your nuts yesterday?
Well, so early slate, it was absolutely amazing. It was like the best time I've ever had in DFS when the Braves put up 21 on the Mets. I mean, it was just bomb after bomb. Nicky Lopez looks like Babe fucking Ruth out there. And then he gets the save. He closes it down 4 for 5 with a home run, 5 RBIs for Nicky fucking Lopez. The dude was only 13% owned at 2,100 on the slate yesterday. Just went 37 DraftKings points. You know, just creaming all day, all night. I almost had the nuts. I almost had it. I got past. I didn't have Sandy on my main team, but I had the Braves guy, Winans, who's not very good. I saw that lineup for the Mets that they put out yesterday. They had all their stars out except for Alonso, and he was an easy play for me yesterday at 13% ownership. He got us 33 DraftKings points, so sign me up for that. So yeah, it was definitely a good early slate yesterday. Wasn't too kind of a main slate for me, but hey. That's why we're back here today.
Terrence Niehaus, a.k.a. Uncle T, hand check Gary, let's settle the fuck down. He was the one that you actually showed your nuts, but you were talking about it from DFS perspective.
Yeah, well, Uncle T's still waiting for the Cincinnati Reds to make a trade. So
yep, he is. There's no doubt about that, my friends. Well, let's get into the slate. For those of you that do play NFL preseason DFS, you can go look at the content that's up. Bruce has been killing it. Rubio, Kurt, Meg, the rest of the team. We're going to talk some baseball here. We're going to get the DFS first, then we're going to get the bets, and then we're going to just kick some ass and go win some money. So we're going to start with this one, Gary. It's Trevor Williams and Mr. Waldachuk on the mound. Ken Waldachuk, woo, is a barn burner today. And I know JJ has a bet on this game, but you just look at it. You don't want to play the A's and the Nats. And then you look at the weather and you look at the pitchers. And are you going to make a case stack these teams today, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, you have to like it here. The Nationals have the highest implied total on the slate at 5.4 runs. Crazy as that sounds. I think I like the Oakland side here a little bit better. I like it a little bit from what I've seen from Waldachuk recently. He's got a 32% strikeout rate against righties specifically over the last 30 days. He's still giving up a ton of hard contact. Don't get me wrong there. So I still have interest in the Nationals here, but I think I do prefer the Oakland side here just a little bit. And it's the top guys for me, the top of the order guys. Blade, Zach Geloff is an absolute stud. He's going to be really good in this league. I mean, he's been absolutely mashing righties over the last month or over the course of the year. He's got a 393 ISO and a 433 WOBA against right-handed pitching. He's probably my favorite bat here. Also like Brent Rooker, Seth Brown. Don't mind going down the bottom part of the lineup either with Cody Thomas, Lawrence Butler, and those guys. So as gross as it does sound, we have to like this game today on both sides.
JJ, I know you got to play on this game. What do you got for the A's and the Nationals?
I actually love this outfit, so I appreciate that you're able to notice that I look like a bumblebee. So thank you to B Shot. Always appreciate the happy shouts. In relation to this game, so I bet this over 10 minus 102. DK for me. So yesterday on the show, I mentioned the fact that I didn't love betting the over on this game at 10 in this park with these bats. However, today's a little different. Both these pitchers give up a tremendous amount of hard contact. Both have weighted OBAs up over 330 to both sides of the plate. Look up and down these lineups. I'm not totally convinced that we can't get a ton of foot traffic. And by the way, this entire series, I don't think a single game has gone over in this series. If my math is somewhat right, I think it's 6 for 38 runners in scoring position in this 2-game series thus far. You would hope that comes a little bit to fruition today, because even if we get double that, which would still be under the league average, that should equate to 10 runs today. So there's been a ton of foot traffic all series long. I'm hoping that continues today with probably the worst pitching matchup of the series. And then, of course, there was a decent amount of pen usage yesterday from both teams. So these teams don't have good pens to begin with. We're going to get even degraded arms that come back today. Love this from every angle. The problem is in DFS, and Gary, I know that you touched on this a bit, but it's going to be a very popular game to stack. So obviously choose wisely, either overstack it or maybe only do one-offs, mini stacks. But it's going to be looks like it's going to be the most popular game to stack in general for both sides of the plate. So temper your expectations in terms of ownership leverage, but I really like this over 10.
DFS Dom is throwing it to Joey Work. A's Nats.
I like JJ's play.
So Joey's not going to be much of a help on this show today. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not sure, guys. JJ, Gary, you're going to have to pick it up. Terry Niehaus, 100%. Me not paying attention to anything. And I want to tell you why, because I was in the baseball chat at the time, and our new guy Dan comes on and says, "What does he say?" He goes, it doesn't matter. Most, if not all, people could be hot if they had enough money. To which I say is bullshit, because there's a lot of lazy people out there. There's a lot of Oprah. Think Oprah. Oprah, gigantic, all the money in the world, never turned hot. So I think you're wrong, Dan. That's all I want to say. Gary, true or false?
I'll take that. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. It's false, because if you would make one think you think she's hot.
That's not the case at all, JJ. Yes, Gary.
You bang Oprah if the opportunity comes. It's good for the brand.
Oh, 100%. He definitely does.
15 years ago, you're right. Not
today.
15 years ago, I would have, but that doesn't mean she's good looking. I'd do it because of the money. I'd ask her to pay me on the way out. Game number 2 to get to, gentlemen. We've got Minnesota at Philadelphia. I really don't know what to expect from Joey Work today. I'm serious when we go to him. Joey, if you want to start talking and pulling your weight on this show, great. If you don't, let us know.
JJ had a fucking play on that game, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk to the other side. I'm not gonna fucking.
Do you think that the under is the better bet?
I said I like JJ's play. Let's move on.
Do you know what a host's true job is? A host's true job is to put the panel in good positions to succeed on the show. And it feels like Holden is just dropping landmines all over the show every Sunday for us to step over. And here's my thing. I feel like we'd go out of our way to protect Holden. And this is how he returns it, Joey.
This is how you protect me? This is how you protect me?
We're basically his white knights.
All right, Gary. Let's go, Gary. This guy's dumping a whole bunch of bullshit again today. Sonny Gray, Rangers, Suarez, Minnesota, Philadelphia. Why do we want to play any bats from this game? Or is it just pitchers? Or is it just nothing?
I mean, I don't mind the Twins here. But like I said, they always disappoint us. Mm-hmm. But Ryan Jeffers, though, has been absolutely on fire. He's probably my favorite catcher play of the day today. He's really cheap. And on the Sonny Gray side, I mean, he's been awesome. You look over the last 5 weeks, he's got a 3x FIP, 26% strikeout rate, only a 4% walk rate. I know this Phillies team has been hitting the ball well. They've been playing really good. Trey Turner's finally waking up a little bit. But I like Sonny Gray a lot here today. I'm not seeing like any ownership on him here either, which is really nice for me. I think a lot of people are just going to pay up today for Cole and Peralta. But yeah, I really like Sonny Gray here a lot. I don't have no interest in Ranger Suarez, so he's just hasn't done much the last month or so.
I should be about 90 degrees in Philly today. Totals 8.5, -10 both sides. Twins even money, Rangers -120 at home. Joey Work, how are you breaking this one down?
Shout out Daniel Mardorf. He said my presence is good enough for the show. But yeah, I think the Phillies probably win this game. Sonny Gray has been okay, but he's also given up at least 2 to 3 runs in those last 6 starts. On the other end, Ranger Suarez has been decent, but the Twins are not very good versus lefties. They're in the bottom 5, actually, in almost all offensive categories versus lefties this year. I know Rangers not somebody over one of the top lefties, but I think he could get the job done here at a home game here. The Phillies, both teams did use a decent amount out of their pens yesterday, so that is kind of scary. But yeah, I prefer the home team and the Rangers. I think they have a better offense. The home team and the Phillies, I think they have the better offense. I think come playoff time, this team is definitely going to go farther than the Twins. The Twins probably lose in the first round. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Nothing official, but that's where I'm at.
JJ, a.k.a. Bumblebee. That's not a good nickname, by the way. Not at all.
I didn't give it to myself.
No, you didn't? I thought you were touting yourself as Bumblebee. I'm like, that's the worst fucking nickname you've ever called yourself. Hey, look at me. I'm Bumblebee. Like, get over yourself. Anyways.
Remember when I said this was going to be a bounce back show for Holden, guys?
Yeah.
I posted the comment that somebody made in the chat calling me a Bumblebee, and then I addressed it. All I did was go with the comments from the
Isn't that
show.
Your burner? Like, ooh, Bumblebee. It's such a cool name. All right, JJ. Johnny Joseph, whatever the fuck your name is. What do you got for the Twins and Phillies?
So betting wise, I think the line's pretty sharp. Overall, though, I was interested to hear Gary say he wasn't a fan of Suarez today because I think he makes a ton of sense to play. 6,800. He's got good, betting market peripherals for the game today. And if you look at this Twins lineup, it's like not much scares you. So I know he's been tough to watch, but it's also tough to find cheap pitchers on this slate. And Suarez is going to be, when I say a little chalky, maybe 15-18%. But I think that's good lighter chalk. So consider me a fan of Suarez, but I don't like anything else in this game.
All right, very good. Charles Moran is just dropping. This is like a treasure hunt, JJ. Bumblebee is a tuna. Tuna is a fish. Fish is a noob. Are you a noob, JJ?
I think in our own way, we're all noobs.
So it's time now to plug the site, and then we'll get back to the other shit in a minute. NFL 23% off lifetime of your subscription. This deal ends, I think, this week. So get in now. 23% off lifetime of your subscription. You die or we die. That's the only way this thing is going away. NFL right now, Bruce is on a heater in the preseason. He's winning us all money. We got Major League Baseball. Look at Gary and his cherubic face making us money. The golf is still in full swing. The MMA is in full swing. Joey Work is doing this shit. What's up, Joey Work? Did you want to say something about the bet side?
No. I'm sorry. I froze. I wanted to see if I was still frozen or not.
You've added so much to the show today, Joey Work. I really am happy you're here.
You know, I no comment.
And Bumblebee, excuse me, can you tell us what is going to be on the bet side here during the NFL season, since everybody is excited about this?
A lot more content, obviously, with the NFL. We give primetime bets, especially even same game parlays for a lot of the primetime games, obviously to run pure members. College football is right around the corner as well, right in front of NFL. So, yeah, I mean, obviously joining now to get all the NFL packages in action for the discounted price. Definitely ideal because, you know, once football starts, it's going to be full throttle right up until the beginning of February.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of shows. We got DFS shows. We got betting shows. We got DFS and betting shows for the NFL. And, of course, we'll still keep grinding baseball, okay? You must be a few minutes behind, Testicle.
No, he's not. He's actually just a smart person.
He's just getting around to the keyboard right now.
No, he's just with a big smile is right. I mean, who the hell's Holden's like, yeah, I'm not banging over.
15 years ago, I'm telling you, I would have. Just not doing it in today's game.
You would leave this show right now to do it if you had the opportunity.
Dude, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want to get sued or anything, but I don't think it smells good. Is all I'm saying. It's just it would not be a good scene, bro. It would not be a good scene. It'd be a horrible scene, as a matter of fact. Gary, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh today. Can we just move on? I'm trying to keep this show on track, JJ. And
you're over 50 and you don't shower.
Huh?
Never mind.
Okay. Said something about a shower. I don't want to shower with her either. Reds and Pirates. Mitch Keller on the mound today. Williamson going on the. Hey, listen. Our boy absolutely torched Miami last week. We got a Pittsburgh team which absolutely trucked your Braves team, just railed their pitchers into the ground. Gary, look at your face is turning red, dude. Are you still upset about that series?
Only it was very hurtful. I mean, it happened to us earlier in the season too when we went to Oakland, and the Oakland A's took 2 or 3 from us too. So I mean, it happens. Our pitching's been shit since the All-Star break. We got the 3rd worst ERA in baseball for starters since the All-Star break. So
What about today? What about today's show? What about today's game? Because Dakota Simpkins was just talking about the show. He says, you're the funniest, stupidest fuckers I've watched. Thank you all. And that's basically how I try to treat the show. But Gary, what about the Pirates side first? And are they getting shut down by Williamson? And what about these Cincinnati bats, which have kind of been cold since the break?
I mean, it's tough for me. I think I prefer the Pirates. I'm not freezing. Can you hear me?
I'm the one freezing, or you guys are freezing this whole time. I keep resetting my fucking thing over here.
I don't care who's freezing.
It's not my fault. This is not my fault.
Holden, get your show together.
I'm not freezing.
This is not my fault.
If you gotta go to Atlanta to fix Gary's internet, get this fucking show back on the train tracks. What the hell's going on?
It's not my internet. I'm hardwired into my router.
I don't know. You were frozen there, Gary. Okay. You were totally now. Joey Work was doing this. I don't know if he was doing this.
You can't see me.
Code or sign language or something, but Gary was definitely frozen for a second.
It was not I'm hardwired into the damn router. I mean, come on.
You're allowed to admit you fucked up, Gary. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Hey, blame Files.
They're always blaming me. They're blaming me for fucking Gary's internet in Georgia. Gary,
I don't even live in fucking Georgia.
The Reds Pirates in Georgia. Do you have any thoughts?
Can you get miles of fiber?
I don't even live in Georgia. How many times I gotta tell you this?
Virginia. Would you like to talk about this game or continue down the path of fiber optics?
We'll go down the path of this game. How about that?
I'd love to hear about it, Gary.
I actually like the Pirates here quite a bit. I don't think Williamson's good. I think it's smoke and mirrors with him. He's got a 30% strikeout rate over the last month against righties. I just don't believe it. I don't think he's that good. So Brian Hayes leading off for the Pirates is one of my favorite bats on the slate today. He's just been red hot. It started in the Braves series, and he's continued it on here. So I like Brian Hayes. I like the top 4 or 5 guys here. Hayes, Reynolds, McCutcheon, Joe, Davis. But on the other side, too, I don't hate Cincinnati. It's mostly the lefties for me, though, against Keller. Keller's really good against righties, and he's been shit against lefties. So it would be the lefties and Friedel, Dela Cruz, Joey Votto, Will Benson. More of a mini stack, though, for me for the Reds.
Joey Work, Williamson, Keller. Total is 9. It's juiced to the over, -120. Plus 14 Reds on the road, -135 Pirates at home. Any thought here to maybe running with the Reds as a dog on the road or a full pass?
No, it's going to be a pass for me. Mitch Keller is somewhat hard to figure out. He has given up a lot of hits his last 5 starts, but I mean, his advanced numbers are actually essentially pretty damn good on the year. And Williamson's advanced numbers are not very good at all. I know the Pirates are not great versus left.
That's not me this time. That's Joey Work. FYI.
It's not Joey.
Joey
either.
Work is frozen.
Either, Gary. It's not Joey either. It's fucking not Joey either. How many times it's got to happen?
But essentially, it's going to be a pass.
You didn't even know he was off the whole fucking.
Am I frozen? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. You were froze for like a minute, dude.
Joey,
Ew.
don't worry. It's not. This is. I blame myself because
They're blaming me.
I said
Banana
this is
boy.
a bounce back show for Holden, and he can't even get your guys' internet to
I
stay up.
can't even get his internet working. I can't do it.
It's every week. It's something new tilting with Holden. It's just like
You're blaming me for Joey Works internet. I mean, this is a new low for you. All right, this is a new low for you, JJ.
It's not a new low.
There isn't a freeze button.
I can go deeper into the earth. This is not a new low. Anyway, Joey.
This is a new low. This is a new low, dude. This is a new low. JJ, I mean, come on. You want anything to happen?
Yeah. So I wanted to bet the Reds here. The reason I couldn't is because Williamson is just absolute gas can. The reason I wanted to bet him is because Mitch Keller, as Joey mentioned, he's been struggling. He started the year struggling. He went through a few really good months, and then he's been struggling again. His ERA, I think, is 7 since July or June. Start out, he's been tough to watch. But the Reds haven't really been hitting. They found some life with their bats a few days ago. Maybe they're able to parlay it here and bounce back or keep the bats going. But for me, I wanted to bet the Reds. Couldn't because of Williamson. Over to me would make sense for a slight lean, but don't really love anything about this game.
Do want to let everybody know we gained 18 viewers with Joey Work frozen. I just want to. We went from we went up 18 views with him frozen. So, I mean, maybe there's something to that. We're going to get to our next. Oh, actually, Joey's got a bet on this one. But first, Cubs at the Blue Jays. We'll talk about this from a DFS side. Hey, Gary, there's no doubt Jameson Taillon has turned it around. He's been absolutely spectacular here in the second half. And then Hyun-Jin Ryu going back out today. He had 4 shutout innings. Did he also have 4 no-hit innings? Is that true with Hyun-Jin Ryu? Taillon Ryu, Cubs at the Blue Jays. What do we got here, Gary? Do you like either side?
Yeah, so when I dove in this morning for the playbook, I bring up Fangraphs. I look at last 5 weeks data for pitchers quite a bit. Taillon has just been really, really good. 4.32 xFIP, 22% strikeout rate, 6% walk rate does not seem good, but man, he's just getting the job done in the box score. He's been really good against right-handed bats over this last stretch here, which he's going to see a lot of here. So I like Taillon here quite a bit. This Toronto team has not been hitting the ball well at all recently. So yeah, I do like Taillon. And on the other side, I don't think Ryu is any good. He left that start. He got hit in the knee, I think, with a comebacker. But over the last couple of seasons, he's been really bad against right-handed bats, and he's going to see 8 of them here. So I like the Cubs quite a bit in this game.
Ooh, all right. Well, let's see what Joey Work thinks. Totals 9. Cubs even money on the road, -20 for the Blue Jays. What are you on here, Joey Work?
Yeah, I'm taking the over here. Over 9. You guys hear that? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, all right, I'm taking the over 9 here.
Yes.
Jameson Taillon versus Hyun-Jin Ryu. So Ryu, his advanced stuff has not been good his last couple of years, and I mean, this guy doesn't strike many people out. He's going to pitch to contact. He's pitching at home. He's only had one start at home. He pitched against the Orioles, gave up 4 earned runs. Again, as we know, they moved the fences in here. This is a dome, but they didn't move the fences in. And Jameson Taillon, it's fucking smoking mirrors, okay? Look at the teams he's pitched against the last 4 starts. Pitched against St. Louis twice, arguably the worst team in bottom 5 in the league. Cincinnati and the Mets. Okay, what the fucking do? All right, once he pitches versus a decent team, he gives up runs. And in this smokestack of a stadium, I expect him to give up some runs. In his career, his numbers have been terrible on the road. I know he's pitched a little bit better on the road this year than at home, but I'm not really afraid of that. So I'm taking over 9. I expect both teams to score some runs here. And I got that at -110 via FanDuel.
I'm sure you have nothing to add to this, JJ, but why don't you try?
I like Joey's play.
I mean, 100 meters throws 89 miles an hour. Hold it, he throw faster than that?
The most I ever got, I hit 77 miles an hour, 3 below 80. And then my arm never felt the same because I overthrew.
Yeah, when did you do that? At a carnival or something?
Exactly. And it was probably 10 miles faster than it actually
he threw
was.
a racquetball from 6 feet away, and he was able to hit 77 on the gun.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. I did that too. And you throw out your arm and you haven't thrown it so long. You try to throw as hard as you can, and your arm hurts for the next 2 weeks.
Terry Niehaus.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. I don't think he
I was a decent pitcher.
Probably 60
in high school. 60. I was. Let's see here. John Doe. You might gain 100 more viewer if you can block Holden out.
We couldn't see that, John. Sorry.
Huh? So, anyways, like button would be great. Is it too much, JJ? Is it too much? Do we need to just stay serious from here on out in the show? Because
I think that you need to go to Joey's house and figure out who's open. Who's starting that car alarm is what really needs to.
There's a car. I haven't even heard it.
Yeah, it was going off, and just another thing that you allowed to happen on your show.
All right, shut up, Joe Shack. Hey, Joey Work. People want an update. How many 53-year-old divorced single grandmothers did you and the boys wrangle into the corral last night down at the shore? Did they have full?
Yeah. Unlike Holden, Uncle Terry, Gary, I'm fine with a little bush.
I'm starting to come around to the idea of some stubble.
Okay.
Tell you what, you're lucky you didn't, grow up in the, 1800s or 1900s. That was probably the norm back then, Holden.
You know, it was bad, JJ, going back in time, from the early to mid 90s was not a good time because you're always getting one in there, and that stopped. Exactly. Yeah, you're doing that right. Your wife doesn't have a full bush. Let's continue to move on here. Wives are usually off limits, but today JJ's really got me pissed off. Anyways, we got the Guardians and the Rays. Eflin Bybee, the pitching matchup here. Gary, I don't want to mess with this game. Why are we going to this game for bats? Tell me.
I'm not going to this game for bats at all.
What is wrong with you guys?
Don't like.
Should we just start the fucking show over? I mean, in all seriousness, we got Big T talking about his uncle's bush loving. It's hit a new low, folks. And unfortunately, I have the window open. There's probably kids listening today. This is disgusting.
You swap me into that host chair. Watch how quickly everybody's internet magically fixes itself.
Line of the day, JJ. I'll give you one there. Whatever. Try the Guardians and the Rays, Gary.
Yeah, definitely no bats for me. I'm not going to have any Eflin here either. His strikeout rate and swinging strike rate doesn't match up with everybody else up here in this range up here. So I'm just not going to – I know he's been good. He's getting the job done in the box score, but I'm not going to have any Eflin today. I don't mind some Tanner Bybee. He's got a massive swinging strike rate. I think he's a good pitcher long term. 8,500 is a nice tag for him. So I definitely have interest in Bybee, but definitely no bats for me.
Lowest total on the slate at 7. Juice the over at -120. Guardians plus 150, JJ, minus 180 with the Rays at home. The Rays are just, I mean, they're 500 teams since that great start. So I think people still look at them and go, oh, what are you doing, What are you doing, Joey Work? What is this? What is this?
Just saying.
Because we've been talking about this for months. They're just not that good of a team. They're going to go to the playoffs. The Orioles have a 6-game lead, a freaking 6-game lead now. Think about how bad you got to be to lose that lead. Whatever, JJ. What do you want?
No bats for me. No bets here for me. Line's pretty sharp all around. But both pitchers definitely in the pool today. I'm not a huge F1 guy, but he's priced right for the spot. And BB is also priced right for the spot. So for me, definitely going to be overweight the field, especially as I look at some of these ownership numbers. So yeah, big pitching game for me as far as DFS goes, but nothing else.
A couple things here. First of all, before we get to your thoughts here, Dakota, I look forward to this show to watch three guys in a chooch. JJ, I'm not happy he called you a chooch, but listen, you can deal with that. I'm sure everything is good. Continue the Oprah conversation. And then lastly, I did want to go and address this, Joey Work. Would you have thrived in the 1870s with anorexic bush girls?
Nah, I like a little thickness. I like a little meat. So, yeah.
Yeah, you like the
Probably
meat.
not.
And then Uncle T does use Blue Chew. Yeah, he's been using blue pills probably since he was 18. He's definitely had a
I've never heard it referred to like that's pretty good. The Blue Chew.
What? Blue Chew?
Blue Chew, that's the fucking ad that's on all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consider me a fan.
Yeah, well, you'll be there sooner than later, pal. Guardians Rays. Sorry, Joey Work. We were going to talk.
Shout out Tony too. He had a good comment that he didn't put up there. What a great show!
What was it?
He was having a bad day until now.
Who?
Oh, that's what we're here for. We're here for the winners, making you fucking.
I'll do your job, Holden. I'll flash out.
Tony.
The show is hilarious. Yeah,
there it is.
I'll do your job. You're welcome.
Yeah, there we go.
Real quick, hold on. I got one more thing for Uncle T.
Sure.
True or false, Uncle T? Gas station boner pills, Blue Chew.
It's the same shit, no?
I don't know. Uncle T would know.
I mean, Blue Chew is probably like Blue Chew is now being marketed by the younger generation of influencers. So I'd imagine it's a little. Yeah, what? Like these guys, the guy on the TikTok fucking stars are now promoting Blue Chew.
So that if you're a TikTok star, you have erectile dysfunction? Is that what's going on?
Is there? I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't use
that
shit.
Holden's claiming like naivety on the ED. Like
no. Here's what I used to do. Here's what I used to do. When I was 27, I talked to my girlfriend. I'm like, listen, I'm going to go to my doctor. I'm going to say I got problems, and we'll see what happens. This poor girl didn't walk straight for a week. So I must say this, even if you don't need it, listen, even if you don't need it in your 20s, even if you don't need it in your 20s, go to your doctor or call Blue Chew Place, get it and see what happens. I'm telling you, this is the true steroids. This is true steroids.
Holden took half of Cialis and he was walking around with a javelin for 3 weeks. Like, give me a break.
Acting like he made the girl walk sideways.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was Barry Bonds. Me and Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Different ways.
Fucking creature from the zoo.
Guardians Rays.
Coat hanger.
Joey, Guardians Rays.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit. Zach Eflin, Tyler Beebe. So, funny fact, I did just trade for Zach Eflin in my fantasy keeper league.
Yeah.
I do think, obviously the Rays have done something. They've seen something. They paid this guy the most money in Rays free agent history, and they've seen something, and this guy's been absolutely amazing. Advanced stuff for both these guys actually been really good. But Eflin's X-weighted on base percentage is maybe the arguably top 5 in baseball. 267 X-weighted on base percentage against this year. He's walking people at a 3% clip, which has got to be top 5, top 10 too. So he's not walking everybody, striking out everybody. So yeah, I do really like Zach Eflin and Tanner Beebe on the other end. Advanced numbers have been really good. He's limited hard hit, X-weighted on base percentage. He throws 4 different pitches, legitimately throws all 4 different pitches. He has been better at home than on the road, but I mean, this Tampa Bay team, as we mentioned, I'm not really afraid of. So definitely lean with the under, but essentially I'm going to stay away.
All right, just an 8-game slate. So we're taking our time here today. NFL 23% off, lifetime of your subscription. Might as well get in now because our next promotion, which starts in a little over a week, is NFL 20. So then you're losing 3 points. And then after that, it's like NFL 15. So NFL 23, 23% off, lifetime of your subscription. We just added JBC. If you don't know who he is, I really wasn't that familiar with him. Then I was like, oh my God, this guy is like one of the best DFS touts in the world. He's been winning left and right. He's been giving back to our community. What'd you say, JJ?
I just have do you think the woman you described as couldn't walk proper for a week, do you think she would describe that scenario the same way?
I will give you her. I don't know. I have to find her email, but you can email her and ask her email. And I will tell you this. I will tell you this. That was the first time when I said, you know what? I can be great at this if I put in the effort. I am.
I'll give you her PO box and we'll reach out to her that way.
Who emails?
Let me just say this, Richie Small, with the popsicle stick thing. That's an amazing idea because the popsicle's still on there, right? It's not just the stick. I want to see how that works. I'm actually looking forward to that. More like a telegram. Ha 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 ha. You really funny guys.
Please share the email with us all.
John B wants me to share that. It was 2003, so Yahoo email was big back then. We'll find her Yahoo and I'll get it out to you. Okay, it'll be great. Gary, why are you you haven't had a lot to say today? What's going on, man?
Nothing. I'm just here for the entertainment. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
It came off like sarcastically, like it's like, yeah, I'm just here because this show's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot? We got to talk about the other games after the DFS slate. So we probably should try to get this. I have a Yahoo email account too, Ryan. It's where all my spam goes to. It's where all the bad stuff goes to. I'm getting stuff from like the Nixon administration. They're like, vote for Dick. And I'm like, yeah.
That's where we the people. Holden told us before we got on a show, we went for like some fucking Asian massage last night, but he clearly said
not a massage. It was not a rub and tug. It was a legitimate, really good massage.
Now you're lying.
So Asian massage with the caveat, no rub and tug. That means he definitely got a rub.
Well, I think there's a difference, but I'm not going to go down that avenue. I'm very inclusive. I want everybody to be happy on this show. Yankees visit the Marlins. Last check, Sandy just shoved it up the Yankee. Sandy Alcantara's turned around, hasn't he, Gary? Well, today we get Yuri Perez going up against Garrett Cole. The boys in the chat put a picture of Garrett Cole and his girl. His girl's like 5'11", 6 foot. Gary, have you ever dated a woman taller than you?
Negative.
Joey?
Dated, not fucked, yes.
JJ, would you like to add in on the scientific conversation?
The answer is no, I have not dated or banged a woman taller than me.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either. I won't let a woman even wear heels that'll be taller than me. But Gary, you were supposed to break down the Yankees and the Marlins. Why have you not started?
Oh my gosh. It's just both pitchers for me here. Both pitchers. That's it. I like Garrett Cole a lot. He's going to absolutely destroy today, I think. I think he's going to put up a Sandy number today. And I don't normally say that either. I'm normally like a Cole fader, but I love him in this spot. He's definitely going to be the highest owned pitcher on the slate. But I think you just play him here. He's going to get 10 plus strikeouts.
Wow, that's Joey Works said it right. Wow. So we got a line here. Just a total of 7, slightly juiced the over, -15, -122 for the Yankees. Even money for the Marlins, Joey Work. You said wow there. What do you think of this one?
I really, really wanted to bet the Yankees here. Short line, Yuri Perez. So basically they put him, he pitched really, really good this year. But this is also the most innings he's ever pitched. So they did shelve him for a little bit, and then he came back his last start. He hadn't pitched. They gave him a month off, and then he came and pitched his last start in Cincinnati and kind of got hit hard. He gave up 2 dingers, 4 earned runs. So his outs prop is only 4 2/3 innings. It's like 14.5, meaning if he pitches 5 innings, he gets to the outs prop, which I probably think happens. It is getting bet up, though. Now it's already up to -160. So essentially, I do like that play, but because this Yankees offense has been bad for the last 3 months, 4 months. But I do think Garrett Cole probably shoves here. The Marlins do not scare me. This is obviously a pitcher-friendly park, so I do like an under, but I do think the Yankees win this game, and it is a short number.
JJ, I don't even know if you talked about this. I really don't give a shit about your thoughts about this game, but figured I'd be fair and go to the Bumblebee. Yes, sir.
Cole, Yankees, or pass? Nothing else.
Well, that's what I was expecting.
Oh.
Brewers, White Sox, Freddie Peralta, and a shell of Dylan Cease, isn't it? Freddie Peralta has been going gonzo the last couple of, I think, 3 starts, hasn't it, Gary, that he's just gone nuts. And then there's Dylan Cease, who looked to have turned things around in his start, but it was against the Yankees. So what can we expect with the Brewers? Let's start with them in DFS today.
I absolutely love the Brewers here today. They're up there with the Cubbies for me as my favorite stack on the slate. Dylan Cease has been a trash can against lefties over the last, the entire season for the most part. Definitely worse over the last 30 days. So just giving up tons of hard contact against these guys. And Christian Yelich is leading the way for me here. Carlos Santana has also been really good for the Brewers here. Over the last 30 days, Carlos Santana's got a 269 ISO and a 355 WOBA against righties. Also like Sal Frelick, obviously, Willie Adames. Pretty much like everybody in this lineup. I like Tyrone Taylor, too, in the 9-hole over the last 30 days. 350 ISO, 407 WOBA against righties. So Tyrone Taylor won't be owned on this slate either. So good differentiator for your lineups here today. Definitely love the Brewers. And Freddie Peralta, he might outscore Garrett Cole today.
Yes.
He is going to absolutely nuke the slate. If you look over the last 30 days of this lineup for the White Sox, they have a 26% strikeout rate, a 0.94 ISO, and a 245 WOBA. Really, really bad. Like nobody from the 4-hole down has any kind of green on my screen over the last 30 days. They all have strikeout rates above 29%. I'm pretty much all in on fastball Freddie here. Like him a ton. Going to be way overweight in my MME script, and same for the Milwaukee Mets.
Scripting that shit out, Gary. I like to see it. Total is 8. JJ, plus 130 for the White Sox. Any interest here on either side or a total?
I'll be honest. Initially, I didn't, but Gary's kind of convinced me into the Brewers side. For Gary to like fastball Freddie says a lot because he hates fastball Freddie. And the spot does make sense. He's been pitching really well. Dylan Cease has been, dealing with some negative regression on his side. I actually might end up firing on the Brew Crew first 5, late a half run. But I'll have to double check a few things. But I haven't actually bet it yet. But I do like the fact that Gary was big on.
So the first 5, Joey Work, you got any interest now after Gary talked? And then JJ,
I will not be betting the first 5 on the Brewers. I bet them yesterday, and they fucking bet that same bet, and it was a loser. So, I will not be doing that. The White Sox, I feel like, even though the White Sox made a couple trades before the deadline, they haven't gotten any worse because this team, they weren't that good, but I essentially don't think they've got any worse. Dylan Cease, Dylan Cease can go out there and fucking throw a gem too. This Brewers lineup doesn't exactly scare me. They are young. If he gets past, he gets past 2 guys, I think, essentially. I mean, the bottom of the lineup doesn't scare me. Yeah, this team doesn't scare me at all. I do expect, Freddie Peralta probably to pitch pretty good. I prefer, a first 5 under if you're going to pick a spot because I do think Cease can limit the damage here, and Peralta probably pitches decent as he's pitched pretty damn good his last couple starts. Advanced numbers are really good. Cease continues to strike out people at a high clip as well. So, lean would be with an under, but I prefer first 5 as both teams threw, I want to say 3-4 arms out of the pen last night.
All right, so that first 5 run line is even money, JJ, just so you know. Minus 140 on the money line. Like button would be wonderful. We'd appreciate it for the amazing content you're going to get absolutely nowhere else but at Run Pure Sports. By amazing, I guess it's all up to everybody's own opinion. Angels, Astros, last game on the DFS slate we'll talk about. Jose Urquidy, who has been complete doo-doo. I mean, this guy has lost it. Chance Silseth on the other side. Can you start with Silseth here? Because he's kind of been throwing well over these last few starts, Gary.
Yeah, Silseth is might be my favorite pitcher on the slate today. I go on recent data a lot in baseball. It bites me in the foot sometimes. But I believe what I'm seeing here in the advanced numbers for Silseth over the last month. He's got a 39% strikeout rate, a 4% walk rate. He's got the lowest xFIP on the slate, 2.04. Just been really awesome. His swing and strike rate. Hold on, I had it up and it went away here. But he's got a massive swing and strike rate too over that period. Let's see, 17% swing and strike rate. I know he gets the Astros, which is why I like him here. I like him here a lot against this Astros team that, they can rake just like the Braves can. Not as good as the Braves, but they can rake still. But I like what I've seen from Chase a lot. He's severely underpriced here for what he's been doing. He should be an 8K pitcher here in this spot with what he's done over the last month. And after, the top 5 for the Houston Astros today, you got John Singleton, Dubon, Kessinger, Maldonado. I'm not scared of any of those people. He's just got to navigate the top 5, which is a pretty scary top 5 to navigate through, but I think he can get the job done for us and put up at least 15 DraftKings points, which is kind of what I'm looking for when I pitch somebody, when I play somebody that's that cheap. So I like his upside here a lot. One of my favorite pitchers on the entire slate.
Joey Work totals 8.5, juice the over at -20, Angels plus 114, Astros minus 135. Can I talk you into a little Angels action today, or is this a fade?
I can't bet the Angels if they were the Angels suck. This team's like 2 games under 500. They traded everybody to try to keep Shohei Ohtani. He's still gonna walk at the end of the year. Silseth, however the fuck you say it, the guy's pretty damn good. He throws actually 6 different pitches, essentially 5 different pitches, but he does have a curveball in the repertoire as well as the 6th pitch. That's why I think his numbers are pretty damn good. He's striking people out almost 30% of the time. Yurkirty on the other end, definitely not somebody I trust, but maybe if you want to take an over here would be a play. I don't know, because Chase may be able to shut down this Astros lineup, maybe one time, probably 2 times through, and then they hand it over to the bullpen. As the Angels definitely need a win here. I think they lost. I think so far this month, they've won 2 games this whole month. We're already 13 games in, so they're 2-11, maybe 2-10 this month. So yeah, I cannot put my money on the Angels. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, JJ, you want to add anything to this wonderful game with the Angels and Astros?
Based on the price, it's Angels or no bet. Not enough for me to want to fire because that's going to be tested today against this Astros lineup, and the Angels just don't really score runs anymore. So just tough to love the spot there. The over in theory could make sense, but again, the Angels really haven't been scoring. And if Silseth does throw pretty well, it could mean more of an under type game, especially with the Stros pen. But overall, arrows point in different directions for me, so stay away.
All right, you get to leave this shit show, Gary. So please tell me, who is the play of the day?
I'll give you a pitcher and a hitter. The pitcher is going to be Silseth for sure. I think he pitches really well today. I think he keeps up the momentum here, so definitely like him a lot. And on the hitter side, I'm going to go to the Cubs here against Ryu. I don't think he's any good. And I'm going to go Ian Happ. Ian Happ is going to be my play of the day today.
Okay, Lawrence Butler is going to swipe 2 bags, so get him in your lineup today, Gary.
I like him too. Thank you.
Good. Take care, Gary. Have a wonderful day. Always great to see you. All right, now we actually have some talented people on this show. Let's continue to move on. Actually, I love Gary. I really do. NFL 23% off. Lifetime your subscription. Like button would be great. And let's move through these last games here. The Rangers continue to put up runs. Last night, I saw a 9 spot out of these dudes. Dane Dunning, Logan Webb. Might be a little different here with Logan Webb. JJ, 8.5 total. Giants minus 135. Dane Dunning, everybody, regression. They go out there and he keeps them in the game. Can I talk you into a Rangers plus 14 on the road?
So nice to see Seager back yesterday. He's been back for a bit now, but donged yesterday as well. To me, the Giants seemingly are priced a little short here. Obviously, they have their practical ace on the mound. Dunning's been good, of course, and he's actually really good versus righties. He always has been. But the problem here is that the total of 8.5 for this park is priced fair. I'd argue it's priced a little high. But no, for me with the current number, lean Giants I wish it was a little shorter, though, because Giants are getting a lot of respect with how good Texas has been all year. But lean Giants behind Webb today.
Joey Work, any Giants Rangers thoughts?
I did bet the Rangers the last 2 days. They were winners of both games, so it would be Rangers or pass for me here. It is a stay away, though, because I do like Logan Webb. He could likely deal. I'm just not really sure what we're going to get out of Dane Dunning. His advanced numbers are not very good. I get it. He's pitched pretty good. You know, I guess his last 3 starts, he's pitched pretty good. And there's been starts throughout the year where he's pitched pretty good, but his advanced numbers are really bad. He doesn't strike many people out. The only thing he does really well is he doesn't really walk many batters. So, yeah, I'm going to stay away, but it would be Texas or pass.
Next game to look at here, Rockies, Doyers. Urias has turned things around a little bit. He's starting to come around after just not looking good coming off the injury. And on the other side, Kyle Freeland, who's completely lost it. I mean, he's walking guys. He just looks like a shell of himself. I don't know if it's because of the injury or what, Joey Work, but the Dodgers are minus 340. They're even minus 155 on the run line. Total here is 8.5. Any analysis from the Rockies and the Dodgers?
I mean, have you ever seen me bet a line this high?
No.
Yeah, so this is a total stay away from me. It's dog or pass. As you know, with a line this high, it's dog or pass. Essentially, I'm going to pass. I mean, I do expect runs probably from both sides. The Rockies probably do score some runs too, but Freeland has been absolutely terrible. Advanced numbers have been fucking even worse. So I do expect, obviously, the Dodgers score some runs, but the Dodgers, come playoff time, I mean, it may be a little scary. That team, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm going to stay away here, minus 400 or whatever the fuck it is. If you're betting on that, just donate to charity.
You don't know about what?
I'm not as sold on them come playoff time.
Ooh. JJ, when you're done thinking about whatever you're thinking.
Had an eyelash stuck in my eye. Holden,
sure you did.
Consider me day to day for the next minute.
So let's just move on to our next one. Huh?
He had both eyes? He had eyelashes in both eyes there?
Yeah.
Nice. I think he actually had one in one eye, and then he forced the issue on the other eye.
I took it out, I pulled it out and put it in my other eye.
Yeah.
Yes, JJ, Doyers.
No comments to add on the Dodgers game. I never bet these lines, and we just move on.
All right, Kyle Bradish, Bryce Miller, Orioles at the Mariners. Totals 8 in this ballpark, minus 12 for the Orioles, minus 108 for the Mariners. And I know you got to play on this game, JJ, so please bloviate.
Yeah, I prefer the Orioles here. I think this line is very cheap, all things considered. I know Bryce Miller's been okay this year, but Bradish has been really good. This lines up to be a good spot for him, and even behind him with the O's pen. So I like the fact you're getting a cheap price here on the O's. I know yesterday came down to the wire. I think it was bottom of the ninth. One of these teams won like a 1-0 type game. But for me, and Miller's been better at home, so I don't discount that. But from just a lineup perspective and a pitcher perspective, I have the better lineup. I have the better starting pitcher. The bullpens are relatively equal. I know the Mariners do have a quite a top-notch pen. But these things considered alone, I really like the Orioles end here at the cheap pick'em tag. So I fired there. I feel like the Orioles should be about minus 125, minus 130 in this spot. So happy to jump on there.
Joey Work, did you want to chime in on his great play?
Yeah, it's a great play.
Seth Lugo, Brandon Pfaadt, Padres, Diamondbacks. I mean, you'd love to target Pfaadt today in DFS, but then again, it's the Padres. We don't know who's showing up. 9's the total. This one's down in the desert, Joey Work. The Diamondbacks plus 114 and minus 142 favorites on the road for San Diego.
Yeah, I expect both teams to score some runs here. I do like an over, essentially. Seth Lugo, about time he's fucking come back to reality because that dude is not good. He got shelled in his last start versus the Dodgers. I mean, his last 5 starts, he's given up a decent amount of runs. And not versus the best teams, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Colorado, the Dodgers. So, yeah, I do expect probably both teams to score some runs. Pfaadt on the other end has been fucking terrible. They sent him down in the minors, think they fix everything, comes back a month later, and has just been as bad as he's been in the minors. I remember we had some high expectations for him coming into this year. Obviously, that has not rolled over here. So the Diamondbacks clearly trending in the wrong direction. As we know, this team has slowly went down in the standings, but I do expect both teams to score some runs. So lean would be with the over. I prefer a first 5 over though. I think you get that at about 4.5. So the lean would be first 5 over.
All righty then. 2 games to go. The Reds have been struggling. They've got Luke Weaver out there. What is this, game number 2 today?
JJ, you have any thoughts on that game?
No, it doesn't matter.
I guess not, Joey.
No.
I guess not.
The next game to get to would be the Reds and Pirates game 2 of the doubleheader. Luke Weaver, Andre Jackson. We don't have any thoughts on this one because it's game 2. Is that right, JJ?
I guess I don't.
Did you even know that this game was going on, JJ?
I guess I don't have.
They were playing this game.
Yeah, I have the schedule in front of me. I'm able to tell that this game is supposed to happen at 6:00. Yes, but however, because it's game 2, yeah, I have nothing to add for this game.
It may be a good zigzag opportunity. Maybe a good zigzag opportunity.
Whoever wins game 1, just go the other way, right? That's zigzag.
Yeah.
And then
textbook definition, Holden. Really, really appreciate that.
I just wanted to explain in layman's terms, okay? So that if I were watching this show, I would actually understand what Joey Work was talking about. Jeez.
Yeah, impressive.
Tough crowd. Yoni Chirinos, maybe the Braves have fixed them, maybe they haven't. Braves visiting the lowly New York Mets, who have the same amount of wins as the Washington Nationals. And they have one less win than the Detroit Tigers. That's how bad the Metropolitans are this year. Total's 9.5 here. I suppose that the Braves team total should be, 7.5? Plus 114 for the Mets at home, minus 135. I believe it's a series sweep, Joey Work. Do you want to dip your toes in the water?
Probably going to stay away. Obviously, the Mets have the better of the pitching matchup here. Senga has been quite good. Even his last 10 starts. I mean, he's only given up more than 3 earned runs. Actually, he's only given up more than 2 earned runs 2 times in that span. So I do expect, he probably pitches decent. I don't know what I'm going to get at Yoni Chirinos. The guy's been really bad all year. His advanced numbers are through the roof. Slugging is over 500 slugging against. He strikes people out 13% clip. So yeah, the Mets should be able to score runs. Should is the real the if. So yeah, I can't put my money on the Mets, just like I can't put my money on the Angels, no matter how good the matchup is.
JJ, would you like to chime in on this masterpiece with the Braves and the Mets?
I don't have anything to add.
Okay.
I'm kidding. So for this game, so Chirinos all year, I like the fact that Joey mentioned how bad he's been, because you might look at this line and be like, oh my God, Atlanta's minus 135 Sunday Night Baseball. Seems like a cheap price. I mean, Senga's at least been good. The problem is, can the Mets score? This is a great spot for them to score because Chirinos has been hittable all season long. So I do agree with Joey that I lean in favor of the over for this game. But man, if you're going to bet this game, I'd almost rather bet like the Mets team total over. Senga could pitch decent today. We've seen the Braves randomly just go quiet. So consider my favorite look in this game would be Mets team total over, but I can't fire on it because it's so tough to watch.
All right, best bets time. I got 4 best bets. We're going to go under on the Nationals and the A's. We're going to go Mariners money line. We're going to go under on the Cubs Blue Jays, and we're going to go at the Marlins money line. What do you got here, Joey Work?
Would you just bet against all our plays, bro?
What are you talking about?
That's what he does. He's like a fucking Trojan.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't know you had any of those
bets. He just picks the opposite of what we got. All right.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm taking Cubs Blue Jays full game over 9, and I fired on the Yankees money line.
Yes, JJ.
Yes, I bet over 10 Nats Athletics, and I bet the O's money line minus 110.
United winners. This is your zigzag opportunity right there. That's what Joey was talking about. That is a zigzag opportunity.
Yeah, roll it up, baby.
JJ, it was great seeing you. I mean, I know you don't feel the same way, but boy, was it nice to see your face.
I hope that one day this love will be mutual.
Correct. And Joey Work, yeah. I mean, the hat was great. The analysis was great. And you made JJ look like shit. You're just so much better than him today.
I disagree.
No? It's because you're a very humble person. Thank you, Gary. I'm Holden. Do whatever you want to do.